finally going to come in. People do come late, don't they, everybody? But thanks very much to all of our readers. Hello, yeah, you can come and join us. You're a bit late.
All right, mate. Don't suppose you got 58p for the bus, yeah? Don't be sorry. Be happy. All right, love? Got any loose change? I just need to get a bed for the night. Mate, you haven't got a spare fag, have you? Or a paper? No? Coffee? No thanks, mate. Woman the other day offered to buy me a coffee. I said, yeah, go on in, I'll have a coffee. I'll have a latte. A skinny latte. A skinny decaf latte. And I was about a copy of The Guardian while you're at it. She just gave me this look. Ah, never mind. Because people get it wrong, don't they? Sometimes. We all do. We all make mistakes. To err is human. Who was it said that? Shakespeare? Jesus? I don't know. Something like that. I mean, look at her. Tragic, really. Just lying there in the street. People walking past, laughing, pointing, but doing nothing to help. And I wasn't much better because I just sat there watching. Because that's what I do. That's part of the problem, see? And anyway, some girl walks over to her and I think, help's coming any minute now. And then this girl just pukes right next to her. And it splashes. I can see it so clearly now. It splashes all up her arm and onto her face. And she's lying there, ignored, with puke on her face. And I think, I can't do this. I can't just sit here. So I go over, and when I get to her, the face on her still makes me smile now. Shocked. She was. I don't know whether it was what had just happened or the situation she found herself in, or whether it was just me standing over her in a dark alleyway as she lay there naked and helpless. But I picked her up. I picked her up and I wiped her down. I did the best I could with a wet wipe because I like to try and stay clean, see, and sometimes a quick wet wipe is safer than having a shower and coming back to find your stuff's all gone. And yeah, anyway, I wipe her down and she feels so lifeless in my arms. So I find and I start to blow. Breathe in. And breathe out. And into her. Filling her. Until she can at least hold her head up. And I don't think she had any idea. I don't think she had any idea how good it felt for me to save someone. And then, and I know what you're going to think, but she started talking to me. Seriously. You know what she said? She said, you have to help me. I said, whatever I can do, I'll do it. Because, she said, because I'm all alone. Not anymore, you're not. I said, but she didn't take any notice. Typical. She just says, I'm all alone and I need someone to hold me, to be there for me. And he doesn't understand, because whenever I try to tell him how I feel, he just, well, you know what men are like. And I say, no, I don't know what men are like, actually. And to be honest, I was getting a bit miffed. I wanted to walk away. I've met someone, she says. Right? I say, right. I see, and where is this someone? It's complicated, she says. I see. I say, but I didn't. But that's just what you say, isn't it, when you haven't got time to think, to take it in. And then, she didn't say a word. For the next 2 hours, we just walked. Past the people laughing and cheering, we just walked. Well, I walked. She just sort of floated just above the ground, me holding her up. And then, out of nowhere, she says, there he is. I say, there who is? And she's pointing into the middle of the road where there is another just like her, only this time a bloke. And he's getting squashed and squeezed this way and that, and cars drive by over and over his legs, and people are cheering, and Rome's falling, and she's screaming, and he's dying, and I'm doing nothing. Just standing there, and she says, well, do something. So I lean her up against the wall, and then, well, without even thinking, I just run into the road like a dirty Superman to save the day. And I hold out an hand as the traffic flies towards me, and it stops. Because in that moment, I have powers. And as the bloke behind the steering wheel screams, holy fucking hell, I gather him up in my arms, and I carry him safely across the road towards her. And she's crying and thanking me and scared he won't make it. And he feels so lifeless and limp in my arms. And I'm hoping he won't make it. And then the three of us find a place, somewhere quiet, quieter at least, so I can fix him up. And we'll, over the next few days, I swapped some papers for some glue from a guy I know. And I nicked some tape from W.H. Smith, because sometimes you have to break the law to save a life. And I patched him up. Until my breath stayed in him. And then I watched them getting along. We're just friends, she said. You don't have to explain anything to me, I said. She's funny. He said, yeah, she is. Yes, she is. And she's mine. I thought that. I didn't say it because, well, nobody owns anybody, right? And the three of us started doing things together, just having fun. We go to the beach, even though it's a bit of a walk, we go to the beach and we lie in the sun and we swim in the sea, though they're much better swimmers than me. And then at night we eat together and we swap stories, and he's very good at telling stories. He is a natural storyteller, and he makes her laugh, and women love that, don't they? Women love a guy who can make them laugh, and yeah, I'm glad they're getting on. I'm glad because he has had a tough time of it lately. His girlfriend moved out, which was no surprise because she was only a few years away from being daughter material. And he lost his job, and she said, you've got to help him. He's supposed to be your best friend. And he was supposed to be mine. And anyway, I did. We did. We let him use the computer and the printer, and I'd go to work, and she'd stay at home and do her thing, and he'd come round and use the computer and the printer. And they'd have coffee, which was fine. And he'd make her laugh, which again was fine, because there's nothing wrong with a man that makes a woman laugh, for fuck's sake. And he started to stay for food. So, she and I, and my best friend. And we put the kids to bed, and he'd cook, because he insisted. And we'd sit at the table and she'd say, why can't you cook like that? And he'd say, you work too hard, mate. You want to appreciate the simple things. Oh, do I, mate? That's what I want, is it? And my kids loved him. I'd get him from work and they'd be all over him when he should have been gone long ago. I just think he's here too much. You're just being paranoid. I'm not being paranoid. We've got 2 daddies. No, you've got 1 daddy. Yeah, but no, you've got 1 daddy. Just one, me. I'm your daddy. Yeah, but... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit him. For fuck's sake, mate, he's only a kid. I know he's only a kid, but he is my kid. Yeah, mate, I know that. And please don't keep calling me mate. But you are my mate. Am I? Am I really? Look, I really appreciate everything you're doing for me. You're good. Right. Well, I was thinking maybe he should move in. We could do with the money, and he's offered to pay his way with what? Buttons? There's no need to be like that. Like what? And I don't know what else to say. What else to do? So I go to bed. I go to bed and I feel better the next day because I've not left a mark on my little boy's face, and she's held me all night long, and my best friend has gone home, giving us some space, he says, which is big of him. And I go to work on a full stomach, all full of toast and tea and bacon and eggs. I kiss everyone goodbye. For the last time. Come home early. Used a bit of flexi time to surprise her. And I sneak in and up the stairs, flowers in my hand, and I hear her making noises that I've not heard her make in such a long time. But the noises aren't coming from our bed, which would have been awful, unforgivable, because the bed was made, ready for sleeping in. No, the noises are coming from the next door along the landing. Our little boy's room, my little boy's room. From the bottom bunk, from just behind his plastic fire engine, from on top of his lime green teddy, the lime green teddy with no eyes. Lucky for him. And I just watch. My eyes open, her eyes closed. Teddy's eyes gone, his eyes wide open. Her legs open, mouth open, tongue, fingers moaning. Her moaning, me moaning him moaning. And I look down and I'm hard. No, he's hard, and she's soft like putty, and he's shaping, and I'm it's not right. I'm pushing, and he's probing, and I'm pulling, and he's coming, and I feel sick. I think I'm gonna. And I stumble and knock the door open, and they're looking up at the same time, looking at me, and knees gone, and crotch soaking, eyes filling them, sweating, speaking, me apologizing, backing away, wiping a wet hand down the wall, a snail trail down the stairs, into the hallway, and away, into the kitchen, to the drawer, to the knives, to the bad luck knives that she's never used because I bought them for her, the superstitious bitch. And I turn, still gripping the flowers, and looking, and he's standing naked, still hard, and I'm running, pointing, sharp metal pointing, and he's dropping, bleeding, and she's crying and kneeling and screaming, and the children, they've just got in from school. they just stand there in the doorway, taking it all in, getting affected, getting fucked up. And hang on, I'll show you. So I'm running, pointing, and he is saying something like, I don't know, like, look mate, I'm sorry, we love each other. And she says, don't, and I, hang on, right. She won't bend. Not with all the air in. I'll have to deflate her a bit. Yeah, there. That's better. It's not easy. Right, there. What have you done to me? What have you done? What have I done? What have I done? What have you done? And the kids, they're still standing here just watching daddy, their daddy, their only daddy. And my shoes are sticky and my footprints lead from him to them. My footprints are God's footprints as he carried me to him. And I give them the flowers. I give them the flowers. And their faces, their little faces. I should have done it. Could have done it after what you did. But I haven't got it in me. I wish I did. Don't be scared. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Come here. That's better. Yeah, there. Shh. I miss you so much. Thank you.
That was Gareth Pierce, everyone, performing Neil Bebber's play, Breathe. Gareth, come back out here, come on. Gareth, don't hide. Oh, he's run off. Come on, Gareth, thank you for...
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you.